Well, good morning, folks. It's early on a Sunday morning, and the time has come for me to harvest my sweet potatoes. I planted a big double row of them, and you see those little twin mounds there. And yesterday, I came out here and I used that hedge trimmer right there to get it down low to the ground, kind of like a sickle bar mower, and I cut the vines. You have to get the vines out of the way. They are so thick and so strong, it just makes digging impossible. So I cut them off right where they came out of the mounds and then raked them off to the sides, as you see. We're just going to let them break down a little bit. They don't really make very good compost. They're very woody. So we're going to let them dry and drag them over to the burn pile and just set them on fire when the time comes. But that's the tool of the trade there. The best thing to use is just a strong spade fork, and got the wheelbarrow out because I'm being a little optimistic about the yield I'm going to get. I intended to double my yield from what I got last year, and we're going to see what kind of results we had. I tilled this soil very deeply, and I piled those mounds up good and high with good loose soil, and it had plenty of nutrients in it. And a lot of compost was tilled into that, and we're going to see what kind of yield we get out of these sweet potatoes. So we're going to get started. Take another bite. And most of your potatoes are going to form in the mound itself. They don't go terribly deep. You just have to be careful not to spear any and not to damage them, because they won't store very well if you do that. There's a small one there. And there's a couple already. Just take them and move them off to the side. And just keep working your way across. And we go. There's a couple ones. That's a nice sweet potato right there. You're going to find them in all sizes. Not too bad so far. Of course, my neighbors are probably listening saying, "Who's that guy talking to?" See what I mean about getting those vines out of the way, because they are tough. There's a couple little ones that are worth it. That's a nice sweet potato. It's a really nice one. I like to cut that up into long fries. That's one for the state fair right there. Okay, well, there's one row. And actually, that was the lower of the two mounds. The one I'm getting ready to dig was a higher mound. And I'm hoping for a few more potatoes out of there, but that is a really good harvest. That is, that's about a third more than I got last year out of two rows. But my trick was to mound the dirt up higher, and that yielded some much larger potatoes. And there's some nice big ones in there. So we're going to carry on. Okay, that's a good load of sweet potatoes. So they are going to cure just like this
spread out in a single layer in the shop for about 14 days. Then they can go down into the cellar and store. Now these here that have cracked, those will form the same kind of skin. In fact, they already have started doing it, and that'll heal over with this, and these will store just fine. But yeah, that's 3 times as many sweet potatoes as we got last year. So that's it. That is Sweet Potato Harvest 2017. And thank you guys for watching.